We're very proud of our research program. I think we've always been a great benefit to the department. I'm Terry Swigert. I'm the research engineer here at South Carolina DOT. What we do is we administer the SPR research program for the state of South Carolina. We also do some in-house research, but most of our research, we do it with universities and other consultants. Originally, we had a drone project using STIC funds, which is federal funds for innovations and things like that. We were starting to experiment some with bridge inspection, some for surveying and other items. And just at the time, it was such a new item that we needed some expertise to help us with that. And Joe Burkett is kind of like I guess a drone guru or whatever. He's known nationwide and one of the experts, which is really neat that we got him right here in our backyard in South Carolina.
He's very kind. So yeah, my area of research and what I teach is all in the applied drone technology space. So we don't build drones, we don't program drones, we use all commercially available drones and software, and we put those in the hands of DOTs and private organizations so they can do their jobs better, faster, safer, cheaper. My name is Joe Burgett. I'm a professor at Clemson University. So this goes back to a partnership I had with a couple of folks at DOT that had an interest in drones. And drones are one of those things that you get a passion for. It's kind of like it gets in your blood and you get excited about it. And I shared that passion with them. And we had also known that other state DOTs were using drones for a number of different applications, but bridge inspections being one of the key ones because it's a way of using technology to get bridge inspectors away from the traveling public. It's safer, it's more convenient for the traveling public. And there was a C grant that was available that was a partnership between a center that was at Clemson and then also a partnership with the SCDOT. So we kind of worked together, we pooled resources, and we did a pilot study. And we inspected a couple of different bridges, we bought some equipment, and we found really what we expected. The drones were a great way of supporting that team. It doesn't take away from the value that bridge inspectors bring to the table, but it's just a way of giving them another tool in their toolbox to do their job better.
Yep, you clear the bridge now. Good.
We invited those folks to Clemson campus, and we did several boot camps where we'd have a couple of days of additional training. So we started off in the classroom, learning the equipment, and then we went out and did a couple of mock bridge inspections. The goal of these inspections were not defined to inspect the bridges. They had been recently done, but the goal was to really kind of to test out and to model out all of the processes that go into the inspections. Drones just provide an alternative to that to, one, again, improve the process for the traveling public and also just a safer way of collecting that data. And there's certain things that you can do with a drone that you just can't do with traditional methods.
A team is at least 2 people, but typically you want it to be 3 or 4 guys, but it's at least 2 people. Hi, my name is Roderick Tucker, and I work in the bridge management office at SCDOT. Typically, they'll go out, and then they have to look at the deck super sub, and they have to collect all. The FHWA gives us, it's like 130 items we have to look at for every bridge, every inspection. You have to be within a certain distance to consider it inspection, and the only way you can do that sometimes is with the bucket truck. If there's no big body of water, maybe you can use a ladder, but that won't be feasible sometimes. Sometimes you can only use a bucket truck. One of the big things, we talk about danger, but one of the biggest things for our inspector is traffic. So we have to set up traffic control, and every time you disrupt traffic, you're just increasing chance of something happening. But with drones, you don't necessarily have to do that. The future is really what we're trying to gear up for. We think eventually FHWA will allow us to use them a little more extensively, but we're just trying to prepare for that. But the use cases are there. Everybody can see the possibilities, so I'm pretty excited about it.
It's pretty neat to see that what we're doing and then our partners with other universities and colleges is making a difference. My name is Zachary Fulmer, and I am the drone administrator here at SCDOT. 2018, we had a handful of pilots get certified to fly. We were given a handful of drones through a research project, and the whole goal of that project was, can drones even be used in bridge inspection? And now over the years with new drone technologies and everything else, this project that just finished up looked at, okay, what can we do to get all of our inspectors drones? So this project, it ended up getting 20 bridge inspectors certified to fly. Each district was given a drone, including headquarters as well. Each district has a drone or two from my inventory, so all the pilots can fly, which just makes it more efficient and more safe for our inspectors. So we were actually awarded a phase 2, and that phase 2 will piggyback off of what was just finished in phase 1 to help develop and create a standard operating procedures template. It'll include everything from how to get your license to maintaining it over the years, any logging or anything that may need to be done. We're even looking at HR documentation and verbiage where if you're trying to hire a bridge inspector and you want them to be drone certified, that documentation and that worded can be put onto the job description. And then we're hoping that this template can then be shared with other DOTs, because part of this phase 2 is actually reaching out to the other DOTs to see if they have anything. The hopeful goal is once this phase 2 is complete and we have this manual where we can outline everything from start to finish, that we can try to get more departments on board here in the agency to use drones, because it is a tool in the toolbox, but it makes life so much easier in this new technology-driven era. No more do you need a pencil and paper. The drone can do all the work for you with a lot of what you're trying to do.
Particularly us, but everybody in the agency could use drones. I'm pretty excited about the future.
It's cost effective, it's proven. Like many technologies, the regulations and the best practices will follow the technology. Sometimes the technology comes out first and then the applications and the best practices for those applications follow that. And that's the stage we're in right now.
Well, the biggest thing is our people. The feedback we got from our inspectors out in the field, and they were very happy, very pleased, and for us, that's what we want to hear. Our goal is to make the jobs at DOT safer and more productive, and we think we accomplished that with this research project.